The Nothing 3A Pro versus the S25 Ultra. Let's find out which one is the best, and I'm telling you now, this is gonna be a little different review than you're used to. The Nothing phone is actually a phone around 400-500 bucks, while the S25 Ultra will cost you around $1,400 or euro. Is it worth it, and what's actually the difference with them? Let's see. So the first thing is the design. As you can see, this is how the Nothing phone looks. This is how the S25 Ultra looks. Nothing your eyes can't tell, yeah? We know this design, sturdy, nice, we know it for a couple years. This is something new, it has a nice look, a nice touch to it, and it looks like a humanoid android, like I see a face in it. You see? That's it. Concerning the displays of these two phones are both amazing. If I would take the display of the Nothing phone and put it on the S25 Ultra and I would show it to you, you wouldn't see the difference. But still, the S25 Ultra display is a better one. Now, what about the performance of these phones? The Nothing Phone 3A Pro has a Snapdragon Gen 7 S3 in it, and the S25 Ultra has the Snapdragon 8 Ultra, which is the best one on the market right now. And the one in the Nothing 3A Pro actually compares to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. It is a very powerful phone, but on today's standard, if you would play high-end games like PUBG or Genshin Impact, you want the best graphics and most FPS, then you will get this with the S25 Ultra. But if you're satisfied with like mid to high resolution and average playable frames per second, this phone is still strong enough. And don't forget the price difference. This costs around 3 times the price of this one. Alright, let's go. Ah, by the way, I'm not going to give you a detailed comparison and give you all these specs. I'm going to put a link down below. If you click that, you will see the exact differences between the Nothing phone and the Samsung S25 Ultra. All the specs will be written down there. Cameras. The cameras is a question which everybody has. How good is it? How well does it perform compared to S25 Ultra? The reason we are comparing it to the S25 Ultra is because we know it's one of the best Android cameras in the at least on the European market right now, and the price difference is 3 times the price of this one. Now I tested the cameras. To be honest, the two normal cameras are not that special, but this extra camera here, which you only have on the Pro version, actually is comparable to the lenses on this one. But in every scenario, this one will give you a better image. One thing I came across making these images, yeah, these portrait images here, when I was taking the pictures with the Nothing phone, I would see it like live, just as the final result. For example, I see the picture, I take the picture, it looks like I saw it when I was taking it. While on the Samsung, it looked like it was out of focus, and after, when I looked at the picture, it was perfectly fine. That's good, since it was fine at the end, and most of the times it will hit it right, but it's not nice to not know if you took a good picture or not while you're doing that live, okay? Now, that being said, let's continue. The software. Now, the software on these two phones is Android, as we know. So basically it's the same. But on the Samsung, you have all these extra Samsung features and Samsung AI and stuff, and these extra Samsung apps, which are handy on the Samsung phones. But on the Nothing phone, you have a very clean Android system, as you can see, very clean. And you can choose this black and white theme, which is really, really not confusing, not distracting, very clean, it doesn't push you to open an app and start scrolling or something. Let's say it like this. So, software, Android, both of them. The battery on these phones, Samsung, 5000 milliamp, 45-watt charging. Nothing phone, 5000 milliamp, 50-watt charging. Skip. By the way, if you like honest reviews, you know what to do. Press the buttons down there. Now, what's the final verdict? The final verdict is that if you're just using your phone to for daily stuff like social media, YouTube, watching Netflix, movies, making pictures, good pictures, not these professional photographer style pictures, but very good pictures, good video, why pay the extra $1,000? But if you want the best out of the best, this phone, the S25 Ultra, is still the better one in all aspects. But for 1/3 of the price, you get around 60 to 70% of the phone. Let's say around 70%, camera-wise 65. Yeah. So in the end, if you're a high-end gamer, you could buy this phone and you could buy a PlayStation 5 Pro or something, or you could buy this phone and buy a Canon R10 or something. If you want to game and make good pictures and have a good phone, you could buy the normal PlayStation 5 Slim and buy the Canon R100 or something. You see what I mean? So if you just like to have the best of the best, the latest gadgets, like me, I like the latest gadgets, to review them, check them out, buy whatever you want. But if you just want a good phone and you're asking yourself, is it a good phone? Is it gonna be fast enough? Can I use it for a couple years? Of course you can. It looks nice, you can use it for a couple of years, and you will have these extra glyph lights to light up your life. I hope you like this review. If you want to see more reviews like this, you know what to do. Subscribe. If you have questions, if you have suggestions, write them down in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.